can he do it again? What's going on, YouTube? That's right, the one and only NF is coming back. Let's see if he's going 2 for 2 on this one. We've got a brand new Nate wearing white now, giving us a new message of hope. And this song right here is none other than Motto. 1.
I could write a record full of radio songs, do a bunch of features that my label would love, do a bunch of features that I don't even like, just to build up the hype. Yeah, I could sell my...
All right, first and foremost, I love the way this opens, right? You start with black, and then you have just that little impact of multiple instruments, right? And it kicks in, and then all of a sudden you reveal the scene. And notice how every car around Nate is very nice, very sleek, very black. Nate's car differently colored. His outfit, white now, signifying hope, signifying this new Nate that we're going to get, which I'm excited to dive into. And here we go. We're talking about his status in the industry. We got some meta stuff happening right now.
Even like, just to build up the hype. Yeah, I could sell my house and move out to LA. Get inside of rooms with the biggest of names. Hire 50 people just to give me advice on the way I should write. Oh God, yeah.
Wow. Shots fired at the industry. Did you know you were featured in this? Who needs a ghostwriter? You get a ghostwriter. You get a ghostwriter. You get a ghostwriter if you're signed. He can have a whole team of people telling him how to write music. And then all of a sudden, those song credits, you got like 50 of them just stacked. 20 people involved in the production. And what's Nate saying? I could play the game. I know how the game's played. Sure, let's go get a feature with a bunch of like pop and trending artists. That's what other people do. But then I'm sacrificing some of the sound that I want to make. My own lane. Enjoying what I do. Because we know what route he has taken. And then it all kicks in here. Let's see where we go with this.
To give me advice on the way.
Obviously, we got the red carpet set up. It's like he's showing up for, I don't know, looks like a big night. Big night out for Nate. He's dressed up for the occasion.
Should write. Oh God, yeah. Sounds like a nightmare if you ask me. Yeah.
Wow.
Went from my bedroom to the big leagues. You know how many times that I was told things wouldn't work but worked out. Having cold feet.
Nice.
Keep me from success but delayed it some. I used to be the guy who killed to get it #1. I had to hear that song's a hit before I thought it was. But nowadays, I don't really give a what? Oh God. Yeah.
All right. First off, I love the kick in of the percussion, right? And it almost sounds like we're at band practice right now. And it's more of a traditional drum kit, right? It's not the like electronic drum kits with the heavy cinematic impacts. It's more of a natural percussion that we've gone with this. But I love the way that this kicks in, man. It's like it's just got a smooth vibe. And then the way Nate is running this, it's not like he's pushing the pace of the rhythm, right? It's not like he's really trying to go like super fast. Like he's just found a really comfortable, swaggy, smooth type of pocket with this. And even at the beginning, like he's not rushing things. It's kind of like sing-songy. I love the melody that we start with. And then we kind of get like a little bit more of the rapping end of the spectrum once the percussion kicks in.
I used to be the guy who killed to get it #1. I had to hear that song's a hit before I thought it was. But now...
And that's an important line. I used to be the guy that would kill to get a #1. I used to have to hear that song's a hit. Meaning he was insecure about his status as an artist. He was insecure about the music he was making. So he needed people to tell him, hey, you should drop this song. You shouldn't drop this song. You know, he was relying on others. And I think a lot of artists, when we first get started, you have that insecurity. And you have to find your own sound and your own confidence in your music to believe in your message and believe in what you're doing. And obviously there's a lot of artists who swerve, go sign those mainstream label contracts, and then they just have a bunch of people tell them what to do and just like light the yellow brick road up for them.
Cold feet didn't keep me from success but delayed it some.
It's really cool is right there. Like there's just, we've talked about this before on NF tracks. He just takes like a vocal harmony or a vocal sound, right? And then it's just frequenced a little differently, and they just cake it down into the mix, and it's kind of more atmospheric, but it just adds like a new sort of harmony and a new range to the song, but it's unique in that it's someone's voice. It's not exactly a regular traditional instrument that's being used with the production.
Having cold feet didn't keep me from success but delayed it some. I used to be the guy who killed to get it #1. I had to hear that song's a hit before I thought it was, but nowadays I don't really give a what?
And that might be the edgiest I've ever heard NFB. And I'm not talking about almost dropping the F-bomb and he drops a what. I'm talking about him going, oh God, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Is he taking God in vain, or is he saying that under a different connotation? Oh, Nate, that's not very Christian of you, my friend.
Thought it was, but nowadays I don't really give a what? Oh God.
Notice how he's just rolling around this red carpet. Everybody's taking pictures, and he's the only dude in white, therefore standing out of all the black suits and tuxes, man. And he's just wearing a hoodie. He's just being himself. And that's what I take visually as, you know, here's the mainstream. Here's the industry, how they want you to be, all dressed up on nights like this, presenting a certain appearance, presenting a certain way of being. But you know what? I'm comfortable just being me. I'm rocking up to this dad status in my hoodie, ready to go.
Thought it was, but nowadays I don't really give a what? Oh God. Might catch me at the award show, eating popcorn in the back row. Catching
What's that say on the back? Hope? Yeah, nice shout out to Hope right there.
with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God.
Yes.
You might see
Oh, look at that ninja maneuver right there.
no nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God.
That's right. That hiatus that Nate took, he was really training with warrior monks up in Tibet.
Catching Z's with my hat
It's the only time you get to do moves like that.
low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God.
Catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. I know. I'm not in this now to get awards. It's not happening. But hey, I'm still here.
Catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God. You might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Yeah.
You heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. I was wondering when we were going to tie in the title, because he does a really good job with his hooks, like just relaying the message of the title. And this is it. You know, all that critique, all that criticism, all his music always sounds the same. He's giving you the same image, the same Nate. Well, hey, if it ain't broke, I'm not fixing it. I'm still successful in my way.
And if it ain't broke,
But in this case, I will say, definitely a different Nate that we're getting. This is a very, like, does not care type of Nate. I love all the humor that he's exuding throughout this. You could tell he's having a lot of fun at this shoot right now. I would have loved to have been there to see this. If one of you is watching this who was there, please comment below, share it, tell us about it.
last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't.
But see, this isn't like the dark and dreary and depressed Nate that you've had in the past wearing the black. This is the hope Nate. This is a little bit more positive Nate. Devil may care attitude. Walking with a little bit of a swagger to it all. Just comfortable in his own skin and who he
I
is.
had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Yeah, I miss buying CDs at the store and thumbing through the cases trying to make a choice. That don't make no sense to you, well, of course. See, one man's inconvenience is another's joy. Wow, wow.
I love that. Did you hear that little, yeah, just like a higher pitched voice that was just thrown into the mix as an ad lib. But I miss the old CD days, man. I mean, that's how I discovered so many artists. You sit there and you're thumbing through the CD album, trying to see who's dropped, what cover looks dope, start reading the back, figure out what the songs are, if you might like it. Take me back.
Of course, see, one man's inconvenience is another's joy.
But see, to a lot of people, that's inconvenient now. You know, you got to get in the car, you got to pay that gas mileage, go to the store, look for it, come back with it. When right now, you just go online, one click, and you've got it. But there was nothing like discovering music that way. I get the nostalgia of that sentiment.
No sense to you, well, of course. See, one man's inconvenience is another's joy. Wow, wow, how are you unemployed? Telling me to get a life, you should look at yours. Yup, congratulations, you can raise your voice. Hope you break both of your legs falling off your horse. Oh, snap, this is the...
Hope. Oh, snap. Oh, man. Saying, oh, snap, like you got dissed. So you say, oh, snap, but also literally, oh, snap, that's a double because you broke your legs falling off of your horse. In this case, the metaphorical high horse that you've fallen off of. You're unemployed. You don't have a job, and you're critiquing me for what I do with my job and my time. Now we're firing shots at the haters, man. Come on.
Street, where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem. Where
Oh, sorry, I got to bring it back.
your voice. Hope you break both of your legs falling off your horse. Oh, snap. This is the industry, where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem. Where people sacrifice the art trying to chase it.
That's my favorite line so far. This is the industry. Where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem. It's all about appearances and the persona that you give off, man. Nate is firing shots left and right today. Let's get
It ain't
it.
how big you are, it's how big you seem. Where people sacrifice the art trying to chase a dream, and they wonder why their music's lacking creativity.
wonder why all the music sounds the same. Well, that's because you have like the same group of writers and the same marketing teams at the labels doing it for everybody. What happened to people really finding their own lane? They're sacrificing creativity for sales. Man is talking.
Wonder why they music's lacking creativity. Oh yeah, would've gave anything to be respected by the artists I was listening to, but not no more. Them days of history. Skip the red carpet, you looking for me? Oh God, yeah.
Let's go. I love that when the oh God kicks in. He's got the mic drop and he's just playing Pass the Hot Potato with the microphone.
Days of history. Skip the red carpet, you looking for me?
I love
oh
it.
God, yeah. You might catch me at the award show, eating popcorn in the back row.
Gangster right there. BYOP. Bring your own popcorn, baby.
Catch me at the award show.
I'm not paying like $10 for a bucket of movie theater popcorn anymore. Nah, this is the way to do it.
Eating popcorn in the back row. Catching
Literally eat
Z's with
popcorn.
my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God, you might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Got my feet propped up, leave my shirts untucked. I'm the
So we're back to how we started the song. When you just have those little impacts, and he gets sing-songy with it. So it's really a mixture of kind of like drop out and then have that heavier percussion, right? Those traditional drums kick in and then come back out with these just very simple impacts and him with this more melodic nature, man. I like this.
leave my shirts untucked. I'm the boss, so what? I do what I want. Oh God. You got the trophy, that's great. I'm happy for you, no hate. Still got
Oh, I love that little just kind of like dramatic distortion off to the sides of the mix right now. Smooth.
great. I'm happy for you, no hate. Still got a smile on my face. Chilling in the back like, hey, oh God. Yeah, you might catch me at the
Oh, again, when it kicks in, they're really timing like the action movements of the visuals with what's happening with the production. So once the drums come back in, notice how he gets tackled or he goes down with the dude.
in the back like, hey, oh God. Yeah, you might catch me at the award show, eating popcorn in the back row.
Oh, man.
Catching Z's with my hat low. No nomination.
What does that say? Happy? The Happy Awards? Best song? Just be happy. I love how he's shouting at the crowd, but the crowd's shouting at him for a different
In
reason.
the back row. Catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God. You might
Really cool. There's just like some shouting way down the mix. Like earlier, it was like, oh, like he just has the classic Nate yelling in ad-libs, but they're way, way down the
hat
side.
low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God. You might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame no. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto.
Yeah. That is, that's the face of a man that didn't have to pay $10 for movie theater popcorn right there. Oh, that's dope. Oh! Oh, my boy's got moves, man. Tik Tok that. Little side step down. And I love the little, oh. Again, you take different vocal samples, and that's almost like DJ'd in, like the way it's chopped and just mixed in there. I love it. Who's that kid? Wait. On the Clouds mixtape, when he landed in the grocery store, remember when he was walking through the aisles and he put his hand up like that to give a high five and he didn't get a high five? Was that the same kid from that video? I want to know that, because that would be just a dope Easter egg and connection right there. Sitting with the gulpy. What is a gulpy? I don't know. I'm done. Okay. I liked it. I'll tell you what. When he dropped Hope, right? and you had this sort of preview of this new Nate, this hopeful Nate, this more positive Nate. I was very curious what we were going to do sonically and with the production. If we were going to come in with those classic like movie trailer infused hip hop, big cinematic hits, but I felt like this was a different direction creatively. Like there was still some signature Nate, which there's nothing wrong with because that's a part of his lane and who he is. And what I love is the lyrical content on this one. I love Nate just going in ruthlessly on the music industry. And really, ultimately, the song and his motto is just about being comfortable with who you are as an artist and his own personal journey and how he's kind of found himself. And like the first verse, he talks about needing others to help him measure his success. Whereas now, he's just comfortable with his own music. He's comfortable with what he does and what he releases. And I love just that positivity and that more hopeful vibe and message that he gives us. NF, you are Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys like today's video. Listen from here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor. People support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It really does go a long way. I love you. Stay safe. Stay positive. This is one and only Knox Hill. You know, I'll catch you again.